Hello, welcome and welcome back to another segment of Q&A Wednesdays. I am your host for today, Intelexx, and we have a special topic that we are going to be discussing, a special question that we have been on. If you have been following us for the past couple months, we have been going through a series. So, we're going to jump right in. I hope you all are ready with your pad and pen. All right, so before we get into it, just a couple of announcements, okay? Make sure to subscribe to our email list so you can stay up to date on what we have going on throughout the month. Follow us on all social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see what all of our content is. Go to our website to see all of our products and services that we have to offer. Book a free consultation so that you can get a customized plan for your specific artistic needs. And make sure to subscribe to our app to be an intellectual, to be a part of that intellectual community. Join our app, the Artrepreneurs Hub, a place for you to be your unique artistic self and to connect and network with other like-minded individuals who have the same goals in mind as you. All right, so let's jump right on in. Are y'all ready? All right, happy Wednesday. We are in the last month of the year. So, we are finishing up this series and we have been on How Can We Heal Ourselves? Part 8. I hope you've seen all 7 parts. If not, don't worry, there is a replay for each and every single one of them. All right, so we're going to jump right on in. For those of you who are tuning in right now on this live, I want you all to share, how can you heal yourself? Or how do you think you can heal yourself? Or what are some ways that you have healed yourself in the past that have helped you, that can help someone else? All right, so while you all think on that, for those who are watching the replay, I want you all to share your thoughts in the comment section. All right, so while you're doing that, let's jump right on in to our topic.
Nervous system where you're stepping on the gas, where you're mobilizing enormous amounts of energy for some threat, some danger, real or imagined. But that thought and that feeling, the image, the emotion, the stimulus response is conditioning the body to automatically be the mind of that emotion. Now the body becomes conditioned and addicted. Now this gets to be a problem because people get addicted to their own thoughts, and they become addicted to the life they don't even like because their response to the coworker, to the boss, to the ex is actually giving them a rush of energy, a rush of adrenaline, and they're associating that rush of energy with some problem or condition in their life. And now come time to change and manage your attention and manage your emotion, it's no different than breaking addiction to anything. There's cravings. The body wants to return back to how it's been conditioned, into the familiar past, into the known. The body starts saying to the mind, you can't, it's too hard, you'll never change, this is too uncomfortable, I don't like this, go back to make the same choice, do the same thing, create the same experience, feel the same emotion, so that you can return back to the known. And that's how people seamlessly return back to that same identity. So we only accept, believe, and surrender to the thoughts that are equal to our emotional state. We'll never accept, believe, and surrender any thoughts that are not equal to your emotional state. So you could say, I'm abundant, I'm eternal, I'll live forever, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy. And if you're programmed your body into that emotional state, it's going to say, you're not that. Take a person whose identity is resentment and their identity is anger and frustration and betrayal. And you ask them, why are you this way? And they'll say, I'm this way because of this event that happened to me 15 years ago. Stronger the emotion we feel from some event, the more altered we feel inside of us, the more that chemical continuity is disrupted from something that surprises us, that alters our state, the more the brain freezes a frame and takes a snapshot. That's called a memory. But the problem is that we think about that event over and over again after it happens. We're producing the same chemistry in the brain and body as if the event was occurring. And so the body is conditioned literally into the past. So you say the person's resentful about everything. They're seeing their life through the lens of resentment and frustration and anger, and everything's upsetting them. Well, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You say, okay, now it's an addiction. You got to change that. And the person goes, oh, okay, that makes sense. And now that you got to get out of the bleachers on the playing field and say, okay, these emotions could literally have something to do with my health. Just saying. if I stop feeling these emotions, what if I start feeling these emotions? Okay, what would be the emotions that would make me happy? These emotions are making me feel really bad. The memories are making me feel really bad. Can I remember a future? How would I feel if my future could happen? I got to trade those emotions for different emotions. Well, if I've been practicing feeling these emotions and I've conditioned my body to mind, it's going to take some time for me to start making different chemistry with the intention of making that chemistry, getting my body back into homeostasis and balance, work on my breath. When I breathe, I change my state, practice breathing, work with your body so it can start to relax, so that it feels safe enough to feel something other than that again. And if it takes you 3 weeks, it would be worth it. So then person then starts, okay, I don't really know how to feel gratitude. Okay, well, maybe start going out and giving and give to people. I promise you, start giving, start feeling grateful. And then start practicing feeling gratitude. Teach your body just for 15 minutes a day what it would like to feel gratitude, what it would be like. And our data shows that you take someone to do that for 4 days, 3 times a day. They make a immunoglobulin called immunoglobulin A. It's your body's natural flu shot. It's the greatest immune chemical we have. 50% increase in the subjects we studied in 4 days. Immunoglobulin A, up 50% in 4 days. Where is that chemistry coming from? They're not taking anything. It's coming from within them, right? What is the emotional signature of gratitude? When you receive something, or you just receive something, when something wonderful happened to you or something wonderful is happening to you, you feel grateful. So now if you're in a state of gratitude, it makes total sense. Then you will accept, believe, and surrender the thoughts that are equal to that emotional state. And you could actually program your autonomic nervous system to make the pharmacy of chemicals that causes growth and repair to happen in the body. And that's exactly what we're discovering. So then when people understand why they're doing it, the how gets easier. So you can assign meaning to the task and switch on the prefrontal cortex. And when you switch on that prefrontal cortex, it wants to get an outcome. It doesn't want to mess around. It wants the outcome. You're doing it for the outcome. And that's kind of a strong intention and a change in energy or an emotional state. And that's changing your state of being. And when you change your state of being like that every day, get ready, because you're going to start having synchronicities and coincidences and weird things start happening in your life to prove to you that you're actually the creator of your life instead of the victim of your life.
Wasn't that interesting? So much is connected. Everything within us is connected to how we move, what we think, how we act. It's all connected. So just being mindful of our body chemistry and the emotions and all the secretions that we have coming out of us can directly affect our health, right? And in order to heal ourselves, we have to start thinking different thoughts, because our thoughts are directly connected to whether we're in a healthy state, whether we are sick, whether we're doing it to ourselves, if we're living in the past, if we're holding on to regret, if we're holding on to grudges. All of that matters, okay? And being able to really identify what's going on, what the root cause is, it'll give you an easier route to get it fixed. Because a lot of times we put a lot of band-aids on things instead of getting to the root, and it's just hurting people and bleeding on people and, infecting people with whatever sickness that we have, physical ailments, mental ailments, emotional ailments that we have, that we're just passing on to others because we have not done the work to heal ourselves. That's like someone who has a contagious disease or contagious infection or whatever it is, but it's contagious, and they're just around everybody, and they are not taking the proper precautions to not be around people, to to isolate and seclude themselves until they get better, and then they get around people, you know, um, like having you could put the name in there. There's so many different things that people can have physical ailment wise that is contagious, you know, that can affect someone else. And it's like someone going out there and they're like, I don't care who I infect, you know, I don't want to be here by myself. I don't want to be lonely. Misery loves company, right? And so instead of being mindful of other people's health and them wanting to be around, and you're out here and you're just like, I don't care. You know, you could be in a crowd full of people, you could be at a concert or something around thousands of people, and you decide you don't care who you infect. That's very dangerous. And you're not just playing with your life, you're playing with a whole bunch of people's lives. And that's a lot of blood on your hands if somebody actually, you know, falls very severely ill and doesn't make it because of your decisions. And so that's just an example, but we do that emotionally, we do that mentally. And I don't think a lot of us really realize the importance of really being on top of our health, not just physically. A lot of people just focus on the physical, and it's more than just the physical that needs healing. We need emotional healing, we need mental healing. We have all been through some type of trauma in our lives, consciously or unconsciously, subconsciously, that we need to deal with, that we need to heal from. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So, it's not an easy road, and healing is not something that's just, oh, Band-Aid feels good. No, it hurts, it's painful. You got to go through the pain of getting to the healthy side of things. And so, yeah, it's not always glamour and glam. It sucks sometimes when you are going through the healing process, but after it's all healed up, or you are more healed than you were, you feel better, you look better, you sound better, you act better, and you do better. So, yeah, that was a great analogy. I love the pictures myself. So being able to see that and just to get a picture of what it looks like to ruminate on those thoughts over and over again, those negative thoughts, and just live in that, and whatever emotions that you're attached to becomes your reality. You are the creator of your life. You are the one who decides how your life is going to go. Your perception is your reality. So when you change your perception, you change your reality. And I can attest to that, that once I changed my viewpoint on a lot of things, it changed a lot of things for me in my life. So, yes, we have to heal from those thoughts, from the body chemistry that's messed up. We have to do some rewiring, but that takes work. So, hopefully, it takes some time to do that work. All right, so we are going to jump in to this next segment and finish up on what we started on last time.
You have to identify each pains and each trigger, each experience with specific details. So this is where the self-awareness level comes in. If you're aware with specific details within this one single event or experience, then you are leveling up your self-awareness from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. So in this identification process, we are aiming at 2 to 3, that you have more specificity within each memories. Even if you think that you're already aware and you think that you're already a self-aware level 3, most of the time you're number 2. Because your perception is one-sided. So you can't see the other side of the coin through your 5 senses, which means the memory is basically the creation, the screenshot of your emotional state through these 5 senses. The data is coming from all these 5 senses, whether it's a visual, whether it's sensory. So until you really flip the coin and change the angle and really take your time to process all this time travel and the memory, you haven't reached the level 3. So the best question to ask yourself is that why do I feel this in the first place? And I felt deep down it was very painful and I didn't like my name and all that kind of stuff. But I wasn't not really aware the specific reason behind. And I knew that I didn't like the people calling me my last name. I knew that. But when I asked myself, why do I even feel this way in the first place? There is another layer to it. So by asking yourself a question, which is, why do I feel this way in the first place? Your brain started to go through this neural pathway from idea to idea, the association, and then find out the reason within your subconscious mind. So the deeper you go, the more realization that will arise with emotion and specific details. And then you get to the next phase, which is forgiveness. And most of the people don't even understand why you have to forgive. But why do you have to forgive in the first place? Have you ever thought about that? If you haven't, pause the video, think about that, let me know in the comments, and then restart the video. So the answer is, you don't forgive people who did something bad to you because they deserve the forgiveness, or because they deserve a second chance. Honestly, I believe, this is completely my opinion by the way, so I believe there's a lot of people actually don't deserve a second chance. I believe there's a lot of people who don't deserve the forgiveness. The reason why you have to forgive is for your own benefit. You forgive others for yourself, for your own benefits, for your own happiness, for your own future. Because that revenge and hatred causes so many shit within you. And then they are not the fucking one who's suffering from that anger and the pain and all the suffering. They're not the one. They might be the one who caused initiated the problem, but you are the one feeling like a shit and then have to deal with all this like decades. So when you forgive for yourself, not anyone else. And obviously right now it's a self-healing process, but if you have encountered some moments that you might be able to forgive, or think about the hatred and the revenge, you have to forgive. But by forgiving, by appreciating and by moving on and learning something from this experience, is now not causing any pain within me. Which I used to think so many things, and I used to fear exact the same thing from the people that I meet. Like they might hate me or things like that, that I still experiencing the fear and the pain in this present moment. So forgive for your own well-being. And once you've done this phase, now you get to the next phase, which is turning to wisdom. In this phase, you will literally change the code of the memory that you stored in your subconscious mind into the wisdom. The reason why so many people out there saying, yeah, I've learned a lesson, it was a great experience, whatever, and then making the same exact mistake, is because they don't know how to do this. And this is what alchemy means. You have a divinity within you from the beginning, that you were from the mother's belly, and we lost the connection to it. We don't know how to tap into that. And most of us are educated into such a wrong way that God is like out there and we just separated existence. And all this education from the society and government and all the domestic education from our parents, they're just not doing such a justice for our well-being. But you're fucking infinite within. And this is exactly how you can tap into your divinity, is change your perspective. By changing perspective, that's a super simple idea, show, like everyone can do that. No, the reason why everybody cannot do it is because you need the right attitude. If you're listening to your teacher with the wrong attitude, you're not gonna learn shit. You have to have a right attitude. If you have a right attitude to learn from this teacher of yours, you will learn so much. You will learn everything you need to learn. And your own life and your own existence is the best teacher in this whole world. And if you have a wrong attitude, you will learn nothing. What I mean by wrong attitude, that doesn't mean that you are rude. That means that are you willing to accept something that outside of your knowledge? Are you willing to think outside of what your parents told you? Are you willing to accept and then think outside of the box of what your religion told you? So by changing your own attitudes towards the life and in your own existence, that will allow you to introduce to a new perspective. And that, my friend, is how you alchemize your experience into the wisdom. This is the seed of your success. This is the seed of your happiness. No plants will bloom without a seed. This can be done within one day. This can be done within 1 month. It is really up to how the process works with you. And the change is quite obvious. So you have to really take time in each phase and in each process and to really, really tap into that alchemy, the divinity that you hold within you. And then obviously, this is such an overwhelming process. It seems like a very simple and a short idea within 20 minutes video, but it is a lot. So if you really, really want to do this, and if you really want to expand even farther and then pursue your passion and feeling loved within and feel confident who you are, and I have a great news for you. I have an open spot for my coaching. You can apply from the link in the description, and then you can get a free consultation with me or my team. So I really hope to see you in a Zoom call if you're ready to make a change. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Really sincerely hope that this will help you heal yourself and have a better life. And if you like the content, if you like the video that I make, please make sure hit the subscribe button and notification bell. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video. Live your life like a movie.
All right. What did y'all think about that? Kind of fell in line with the first video, right? Changing your perspective, changing the way that you think, changing your attitude, thinking outside the box. All of those things, right? It all falls in line. But once you know that that strength is within you, something that was already in you since you've been here, once you tap into that power, you'll be unstoppable. All right, so please, please, please share your thoughts on this series. We have come to the close of this series. Make sure to stay tuned for next month. To our subscribers, to our intellectuals, you will all know, you'll be the first to know what our new topic will be, what our new question will be for next month. Got to start fresh for the year, right? The year. Yes, so I hope you all enjoyed the series, How Can We Heal Ourselves? We have been given plenty of tools to use so that we can heal ourselves. All right. We only have one self, and we have to take care of ourselves to the best of our ability. All right. And if we're not, then we're doing a disservice to ourselves. Right. So once again, thank you all for tuning in. You could have been anywhere else, and you chose to be here with us over here. We appreciate you. We're on this healing journey as well. All right. It's not an easy journey, but it's definitely worth it. So thank you once again for taking the time, dropping those comments, how you've healed yourselves, what ways you want to heal yourself. Just be honest, okay? Honesty is the best thing when it comes to wanting to be better. You have to look at those hard areas in your life so that you can be better. And in order to change it, you have to address it. And you have to acknowledge that it exists. All right? Well, until next time, have an amazing day and an awesome rest of your week. Intelexx here, and welcome to Intelexx Artrepreneur Agency, the Indeed for Artists. If you want to be a part of the intellectual community, check us out. We have so much going on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and everywhere in between. And we even got our own app, okay? So make sure to check us out. Go to Intelexx.com. Go to our link tree. Look us up on social media at Intelexx APC so that we can best serve you. All right, we thank you so much for being a part of our vision. We appreciate you, and we wouldn't be here without all of our amazing subscribers and supporters. Don't forget to sign up for the talent show every month, and someone always leaves with a prize. And don't forget to take advantage of all of our special offers, our events, our merch, our resources, our referrals, because we are here to serve you, okay? And thank you for the love. Until next time.